Okay, let's start the second week of the class, okay? Online version. So we're going to do the go over the module 2 questions. Right, again, per calculus permitted. And so yeah, let's work on the all the problems, okay? Also make sure you read all these, okay? The expectations for the student produced response questions, right? So the pre-response, okay? All right, so the first one again is word problem. You want to make sure you answer it fast, okay? Read it fast and read it accurately and then answer it, okay? Um, so it's a statistics problem, right? Select at random and ask where they intend to enrolling a new study program, okay? 20% they do, right? Yes, and the sample size is 55 and 80% then is no. Based on the survey, which of the following is the best estimation of total number of students who intend to intend to, right? So the 20% of this, which is going to be actually it's pretty simple, right? 20% times 55, that's 11. Only thing is that I want to read it this one as fast as possible, as fast as possible. Okay. Okay. Next one, speed of 3 per hour and then runs at 5 per hour. Walks for 8 W hours and run for, so you have 3 W plus 5 R equals to 14. Right? Okay, say again, right? Walk 3, right? 3 W and run is 5, right? So 5 R. All right, this one, scatter plot, which of the following? So you will kind of fit, right? It's called fit a line to your data, right? So find out the line that has the least distance to all your dots, right? It's basically like that. So see, this is 3 here, so your intercept is 2.8, right? So and your slope is positive, right? For me, by experience, we know the slope is positive. So you have positive slope and intercept is 2.8, so it's A again, right? It's not B because the slope is wrong, not C because, or D because the intercept is negative 2.8. Okay. Just double check that you read this questions carefully. Okay. Okay, what's the value of x0, right? Sorry, f0, which is x equals 0, which is just 3, right? So it's the right, pretty straightforward so far. And then simplify the exponential, simplifying the exponential expressions. Another classical question, so you will look at the ones has the same base, right? So for m, it's 4 plus 1. For q is 4 plus 5, and z is negative 1 plus 3, right? So it's a 5m. So m to the 5th power, q to the 9th power, and z to the 2nd power, right? 5, 9. Make sure the order also match, right? So the answer is B. Right, move on. The median. Okay, so to find the median, we need to first sort. Fortunately, this data is already sorted, right? And you have an odd number of elements, which means that the middle one is going to be the median. So it's 79. Okay. What value of x is the solution to the given equation? Right, this one's really too simple, right? Just well, should be able to do it. Okay. What's the value of x plus y? So this is a tricky question. So instead of solving for x and y, so you don't need to do this, right? Because when you just add these two equations, you're directly gonna get the x plus y, which equals to 13, and that's it. Okay, don't need to solve, right? So no need to solve this. Right, you don't need to solve this. The given function g models the number of gallons that remains from a full, okay, after from n miles. Okay. About how many gallons of gasoline are used to drive each mile. So that's going to be this, right? Because every mile you decrease by this much, right? Every mile you decrease by this much. Okay. So the answer is A. All right. Just double check, make sure this is right. Number of gallons, it remains, okay. Yeah, n miles used. The given equation relates b, x, y, and they are all positive, right? So this is important information. They're all positive numbers, which you can correctly express x in terms of m. So you can, yeah. So it's because of this, you do some manipulation, moving things around, and you get. So the 11 actually goes to the top, bottom. Okay. Right, x equals to this, and then so it's y over 77b. Y over 77b. Okay, so it's C. Next one, 11. Positive value of x. Oh, so yeah, they intersect at point xy. So basically, you're solving this quadratic equation, right? X squared minus 5. So x equals to positive minus. Yeah, so x is either positive 9 or negative 9. Okay, so answer is B. And 12. So point is a solution to the system, which of the following could be verified. So 53, you know, is definitely larger than 14. So the first one is satisfied. And the second one, 44x is less than 18 minus y. So less than 18 minus 53, that's negative 35. Okay. 4x is less than negative 35. So x can be negative 9, right? Everything else will make this larger than negative 35. Out of 300 seeds that were planted, 80 sprouted. But how many of? Yeah, 80% of 300. That's 240. Yeah, yeah. Another very straightforward question. Okay. For what value of x does 4x equals to 8? Right? Because this equals to fx equals to 8, so x equals to 2. Right? Very straightforward. So okay, so because this is larger than 7, which means that x does not equal to 7, which will make the denominator okay, right? If you have x equal to 7, your denominator equals to 0, so that's really bad. So you don't want that. And now then you can divide both denominator and numerator by the x minus 7. You have 8x minus 7 minus 3 over 2, right? So that's the answer, B. Right. You have line P and the line R is perpendicular to P in the xy plane. What's the slope of line R? Yeah, so if two lines L1 and L2 are perpendicular, then the slope of L1 and slope of L2, the product equals -1. Right, so this guy has a slope actually -9, right? L1. Slope of L1 is -9. Right, which means that the slope of L2 equals to positive 1, 9. Okay, so this is the line, our line R. Okay, yeah, and P and R. Right, change it to P and R, P, R. Okay, so yeah. Okay, models the number of coupons the companies send to their customers at the end of each year, where T represents number of years since the end of 1998. Yeah. So if we graph this, let's try to graph it. Okay. This is a word problem. We want to have more things visual as possible. Okay. So when t equals 0, you start with 8,000, right? And when t is 1, you right. So basically, you have something like this. But it does cut off at here at 5. And so this your effective part is this part. The minimum estimated number of coupons the company sent to during 5 years. So you want to try to use your calculator to do 8,000, 2.65 to the 5th power. Okay. I don't think that's something I can do without any tool. Okay. But I kind of can estimate this because you know that 0.5 is close to 0.65. But it's kind of right. So if you 1 year is like 5,000 something, and 3 years, or 1 and 2 years is 3,000 something. 3 years, well, the minimum estimate number of glucose. Well, B is definitely not right, because the maximum is 8,000. At the end of, so this is also not right. Okay. The estimate number, because at the end of 1998, which is t equals to 0, we have 8,000, right? So B, C are wrong. I mean, D is definitely right, but we do want to double check if A is right. Okay, so we do a rough estimation, 8,000 to 5,000, and then it do another 3,000, right? It's 2,000. So t equals 0, 1, 2, 3, and then this should be 4. Okay, so when t equals to 5, it should be less than this. Okay? So that's why this is wrong. Okay? This one involves some actual calculation, but you use your calculator, right? So that, I mean, you can double check, right? But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be D. Okay, let's do 18. Triangle XYZ, XYZ, similar to RST. It's nice that they are actually in order, right? So, but you always want to double check if that's true. Measurement of Z is 20 degrees, and XY equals to twice RS. Oh, T is just 20 degrees, right? So they are similar triangles, so their angles are corresponding, same, right? It doesn't matter how long it is. So one can be really huge, one can be tiny, but they have the same shape, right? Same angles. System has no solution, which can be the second equation. So no solution means they are parallel, right? Which means they must have the same slope, but different y-intercept. So you want y equals 6x plus something that's not 18. Okay. So so A is actually identical to the original equations. That's not right, and then answer is B. Okay, and other ones have the twice the slope. Okay, answer is B. The solution is x was a value of x minus y. Yeah, I have a feeling that this can also be a trick question, right? So because you see here, 3, 4, 4, 5. Yeah, so this one actually will be not easy to directly construct this, just because of the coefficients it's given, right? So we can directly solve for xy, which is not hard, right? Because C and I just multiply both by 4 to the first equation. I get 4y equals to 16x plus 4, which means that 16x plus 4 equals to 15x minus 8. So x equals to negative 12. Okay. Which means that your y equals to what? Negative 47. Okay. Yeah, so like there are multiple ways of solving this, but just pick whichever you think will be the most efficient, right? Answer will be 35. How many distinct resolutions? Distinct resolutions, right? So you want to calculate the discriminant, right? So b squared minus 4ac equals to 100 minus 20 times 16, so 0. Okay? Because this is less than 0. Discriminant. What's the area in square centimeters of a rectangle? Okay, this is by definition, right? So length times width is the area of the square, and also there's no no conversion involved. Okay. Okay, and you add 68 to it, so 986. Okay, this one does need some conversion. Our area is square yard, yard to miles. Okay, square yard is square miles. So you need to divide by 1760 square. Okay. Well, it won't. So see, you have 1,000, 1, 2. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it cannot be these two. Okay. It's too large. So it is 11.8 divided by 1.76 squared. Well, 2 squares 4, right? And so this divided by 4, this divided by 2 square is approximately 3, right? So which means the answer must be B, right? So without calculator, you can still do this, but you're always welcome to double check, right? If you have a calculator, you should use it. Okay. Right, because I'm now dividing a smaller number, right? It's gonna the result is going to be larger. Okay. And also 1.5, 1.7 is like is actually Summa square is almost 3. Okay, so 12 over 3, right? But now it's less than 3. Okay. So is 4. Right? So it should be less than 4. Right. Yeah. So we have bounded this from both sides, right? So it must be B. Which of the following equation represents a circle in the xy plane that intersects the y-axis at exactly 1 point, right? So it's tangent to the y-axis, which means that your x, the center of your circle, the x-coordinate of the center of the circle must be the same as your radius, okay? Which means that the answer is C. Yeah, pretty simple. Right. Well, the last 3 problems. So we went over these like really fast. Yeah. Which is good, right? Because you do want to solve this as fast as possible. Oh, of course, without making any mistakes. Yeah. Right triangle has legs, and so let's do 24 first. So you have 24, 21, the length of the hypotenuse. Right? Yeah. So you just do the Pythagorean theorem, right? So 9d equals to 24 squared plus 21 squared, right? So you divide by the 9, you get d equals to a squared plus 7 squared, okay? Where d is an integer. What's the value of d? So a squared plus 7 squared, 56 plus 49, 105. Okay. Wait, 64 plus 49. Okay. Make sure you don't make this type of silly mistakes. Okay. 113. So this is a word problem. I'm going to do that last. Let's do this one first. Geometry. A, B, C, D, E, F. They have the same measure, B, E. Let's draw stripes. So A, B, C, B, E, F. All right. So these two are equal. C and F have the same measure, right? So they are like similar triangles, right? Because the summation is 180. If you have two be the same, the last one has also be the same because their summation is the same. So the similar triangles, which additional piece of information is sufficient to determine that? So you want two triangles to be congruent, and they're already similar. So the only thing you need is to know their corresponding side. Let's say BC and EF, right? So answer is C. 26, two data sets of 23 integers, each are summarized in the. Okay, they seem to have the same distribution with the difference that every data in A is 10 larger than data set B. Okay. For each, the first interval, what's the smallest possible difference between the mean of 10, right? The difference must, so yeah, because the whole data set is shifted by 10, right? So then the mean difference of the mean would be 10. Right? It could be larger, right? Because of the distribution. Yeah, this is a weird question, but the answer must be 10, right? Because that's a shift. The exact same, so the smallest, let's actually do this, right? So the smallest difference between the, what's the smallest possible difference between the mean of data set A and this? So we know that data in A are all larger, right? So, but let's make A to be the largest, smallest while B be the largest, right? So A has 20, but less than 20. Okay, so the second interval does include 20. So it's 20 times 3 plus 30 times 4. Just doing this to make sure there's like no, you don't fall in any tricks, right? And if you have extra time, this is the type of problem you want to double check. And plus, so 20, 30, 40, 50, 50 times 9. Okay, so this is data set A. And then the average is to 60, 120, 280 plus 450. Okay, 408, so 9, 10. Okay, divide by the number of numbers, which is 10, 23. Okay. I think I didn't add it wrong. Okay, so it's that's data set A, and there's a B. We have 19 times 3 plus 29 times 4. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so the smallest difference is actually not C, right? It's actually B. Right? Because each data here, actually the smallest difference they have can be just 1, okay? Instead of 10, the difference is just 1. Okay, so this is definitely a good tricky question, right? So if you do it by your instinct, you're probably gonna get it wrong, right? The answer is actually just B. And also tells you how statistics can hide important information. Okay, let me continue this. Okay, 39 plus 7 and 49 times 9. Okay, so you see for each part the difference is just 1. Okay, for each segment, which means that the whole thing should only differ. Their mean should only differ by 1. Okay, I think that's, yeah, this is a very good question. You do it like very rushed, where you're gonna choose C, then you're gonna lose points. Okay. And that's it, right?